The home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Seems like we got some Oklahoma nuggets today. That's right. Surprise, surprise. Some more Oklahoma news. David Hicks. Seems like David Hicks put the TBOW on Oklahoma. And Bob Stoops has decided to weigh in on this whole I'm a man, I'm 53, Mike Gundy wetting his diaper situation. Let's talk about it. Black cowboy hat. Let's get ready to party. Get ready to party. That's right. Now, I am the OCF. I am the outlaw of college football, also known as JPC. That stands for Jesse Paul Clark on Facebook, spelled Jesse without the I. Also, I'm on Twitter at OCF Productions. But I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking about doing away with that Twitter account. I just don't like Twitter. Oh, and that red Solo cup, it ain't got no tequila in it or nothing like that. Just a little bit of that Milo's tea. You know, the yellow label with it's the sugar-free, but it tastes like it's got sugar in it. But anyway, getting right to it, seems like old David Hicks has tried to pull a recruiting version of TBOW. You know, the bitch out west, old Linky boy of the USC Skittle Shitters. And let me preface this real quick before we get fully into these two topics. For all you USC Skittle Shitters out there, they've been invading my channel and listening to it and saying that I'm crying over my team getting spurned by TBOW or crying over Oklahoma. I'm not an Oklahoma fan. I do like Oklahoma. Oklahoma is my second favorite team, probably. I mean, I guess you could say, in a way, they are my team in some aspects. But I am an Alabama fan, so your little narrative, it doesn't fit. Now, let's get back to the subject at hand. David Hicks. Instead of TBOW, we'll just call David Hicks TAW. We'll just call him Tall as the attention whore. That's right, TAW, David Hicks. You know, I don't have an issue with these players doing the little hat thing and, you know, picking a team, having a little suspense. It's pretty cool. I mean, if I was a recruit coming out, I'd probably like a little attention. You know, I'd like to do a lot of recruiting visits from Hawaii to Alabama to Ohio State, back to Alaska Anchorage if they had a football team. But these kids, it's like they have no integrity about it. I mean, if you're going to string along a team, you know, at least give them a heads up, man. Give them, I don't know, a few days, maybe 2 or 3 days to know that, you know, hey, I'm not coming to play for you. Instead, this dude's going to wait till 10 hours before the announcement to say, hey, look, I decided to flip. I was going to come to Oklahoma, but Jimbo Fisher is coming here at the last minute with the boosters, and they've given me a bit more money NIL-wise. Now, Jimbo's probably going to hear this, and he's going to lose his damn bowels and wet his diaper or lose his noodle and all that good stuff, all those little catchphrases that y'all like so much. Jimbo Fisher is all that personified when it comes to being called out as a liar. That's what he is. Liars don't like to be called out. But I just wish these recruits would have a little more integrity in how they do these things. You know, it's one thing to get a little attention, and then there's another level of being just a straight up integrity-less attention whore. And that's what David Hicks is to me. And a lot of people are like, well, let's just wish him good luck, and he's just a kid, blah, 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 blah. It's another thing that gets on my nerves, man. These are not kids, okay? So don't tell me to give them a break and yada, yada, yada. Because they're not kids. If you're old enough to vote for the President of the United States, and you're old enough to serve in a war and kill somebody, maybe even get killed, then you're not a kid. It's just a convenient thing to enable these kids, I call them young men, It enables these young men to just do shit that they know has no integrity. So quit enabling these integrityless athletes. Now, moving on to Bob Stoops. Old Bob Stoops. I'll tell you what, old Bob, he's got some spine, man. I'll tell you, even back in the day when he was antagonizing my team, Alabama in the SEC, he used to talk so much smack talk to the SEC and whatnot. And the really irritating thing was he could back it up. Because, yeah, they pretty much handed us our ass in that Sugar Bowl. But we got a little bit of revenge on that with a big stage win in the playoffs. But nevertheless, Bob has decided to wade in on Mr. I'm 53, Mike Gundy, or whatever, however old that sumbitch is. I'm not sure how old Mike Gundy is now. He's decided to wade in and say, hey, look, you know, all this chatter going about, you know, first it was, oh, Oklahoma's screwing Bedlam, and then we find out that actually Joe C., the athletic director at Oklahoma, had actually offered to try to do something in order to keep the series alive, and Oklahoma State wanted no part of it. So basically Oklahoma State was just posturing, and they got called out, and they got their little skirt pulled down, and Mr. Lesbian Mullet Man over there, well, I don't think he has the mullet anymore, but nevertheless, he used to have it. He's basically saying, oh, we're going to quit acting like children and yada, 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 and this is not right. Oklahoma knows what they did wasn't right, and they're just trying to deflect and trying to, you know, make themselves look better when we're not going to help them do that. And Bob had told them straight out, and I'll link it to you in the description. I'll put a link to the video that was sent to me by a loyal listener of ours, Kane. I think his name is Kane on the on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel called Kane S or something like that. I'll have to get the exact YouTube channel from him, and I'll link that out as well if he wants me to. But he put me on to this little nugget, and Bob told him, he's like, look, man, what would you have us do? You know, y'all come in here and y'all talking about calling us out and saying that we ain't trying to make Bedlam survive, and yet we do. And then you come in here and downgrade us about joining the SEC and blah, 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 when in fact, in reality, Oklahoma State, if they had the chance, as I've discussed before, would have jumped at the chance to join the SEC. So for them to be talking all this noise about Oklahoma, this is what Bob was saying. Bob said, well, you know, just wait and let's see how great of a decision this really was for us in the long term. While we're filling up stadiums with games that matter, Oklahoma State will be playing a 4-game series with the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes at the end of this decade on into the 2030s. Basically, Bob just told them, hey, look, y'all just mad because without Oklahoma on your season ticket package, suddenly your tickets aren't very attractive anymore. You're not going to sell as many. Y'all could say y'all will. Y'all could say that y'all will end up forming new rivalries that will bring those ticket sales back up. But Bob said, I don't think so. Bob said, no. The bottom line is, Mikey boy, Mr. Mullet Man, Mr. I'm 53, I'm a man. The bottom line that Bob's trying to tell you is, y'all have been needing Oklahoma for well over 100 years. And Oklahoma has been nice enough to carry y'all for over 100 years. So say thank you. Move on and go start your new rivalries with whomever. I mean, y'all can go out there and invite Arizona and Arizona State into the conference, because that's probably what's going to happen. Colorado can come back to their former conference, and y'all can form a rivalry with Colorado, and let's see how many tickets that sells. That's basically what Bob is saying. Meanwhile, Oklahoma is going to be playing Georgia and Alabama and LSU and Tennessee. Hell, Florida. Hell, even Auburn would probably draw better. then Oklahoma State and Colorado. Or Oklahoma State and Iowa State. Ooh, the battle of the states. But you guys and gals tell me what you guys and gals tell me what you think about this whole situation. You think Bob should have probably not said that and hurt poor old Mikey boy's feelings, or do you think Bob was spot on? Drop in the comment section. Also, there's a little heart down here. It says thanks. Hit that. Click on that. Give me a few dollars in the coffers. Get me off this YouTube teeth that I hate sucking on so much. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.